Hey everyone, this is Zero with another Endwalker First Impressions video. This time I'm going to be talking about the absolute monster AoE tank that is Warrior. So I will start off by saying that Warrior feels absolutely amazing in Endwalker. The class really starts to shine in dungeon runs with large AoE pulls. Warriors very quickly become my go-to tank for running roulettes in other dungeons just due to their incredible sustain on large pulls. So, let's talk about why. Let's talk about what makes Warrior so great in AoE pulls. The biggest thing is their newest skill, Bloodwetting, which is an upgraded form of Raw Intuition. This skill does everything. While it provides damage resistance as expected, it also provides a shield, and the real selling point here is the heal on hit. With a decent sized group of enemies, this allows the Warrior to heal themselves from 0 to full with a single AoE. After using Infuriate, even the healing becomes a guaranteed crit, which is amazing. At my current gear, you can see that Chaotic Cyclone heals me for nearly 8k HP per enemy hit. Not only is it satisfying, but it's an incredible tool for AoE pulls, deals great damage, and it's all on a short 25-second cooldown, so you'll be using this really frequently to sustain yourself during pulls while doing a lot of damage. You pretty much only need to put a few other mitigation skills in between every other cooldown to help you stay up when your healer actually has to heal you, because we know they won't need to heal you when Bloodwetting's up. You'll take care of that yourself. So another minor change worth mentioning, and this isn't very big, is the addition of the skill Origeny. I'm probably pronouncing that terribly. While it's not anything too special, it does give us an OGCD AoE. It's useful in pulls, and it just puts out a little bit of extra damage. Don't be like me though, because I always forget to use it during longer fights. It's basically an AoE version of Upheaval. They share cooldown. You'll want to keep it on cooldown as much as possible. So the next skill to talk about is my favorite. It is, in my opinion, the most satisfying skill in the game to use. Primal Rend is the skill that Warrior gets at level 90. It's an attack that becomes available after using Inner Release, but it does not consume your Inner Release stacks, which is a nice bonus. So this is a massive AoE attack and a gap closer, in which the Warrior spirals through the air and slams down on all nearby enemies. I absolutely love this skill. And of course, I should mention that it's also a guaranteed critical direct hit as well. So yeah, more damage. Out of all the attacks I've used in Endwalker, this one honestly just feels the best to me to use, and I love using it every time. It's just unbelievably satisfying to see that animation and just destroy all these enemies. It's amazing. I love it. So before I talk about that for the next hour, let's talk about the last skill, which is Nascent Flash. It's not a new skill, but it's changed substantially, so it's worth mentioning. I don't use it in this video, though, so you won't really see it here. So basically, Nascent Flash has become completely repurposed as an off-tank skill, or when you need to heal a party member that goofed up. It basically does everything Bloodwetting does, except it applies it to another target instead of yourself. So it's a really powerful off-tank tool if you happen to be in an 8-man party, and you can save some party members too if they're in a tough spot. Now, going back to survivability, Warrior has unbelievable survivability on AoE pulls. It does, however, lose a lot of that power in dealing with a single enemy or boss. Since Bloodwetting is a static heal on hit, and not based on damage dealt, hitting a single target only results in a single heal for the same amount. So while you can get about 3 hits off in the skill's duration, it does give you a fair amount of healing. It's not going to be healing you from 0 to full like he does in AoE pulls. That being said though, it's still an amazing skill. The damage reduction, plus the shield, are great for dealing with tank busters. It's only 25-second cooldown, and of course the healing allows you to recover quite a bit afterwards. So still a great skill. Warrior is still fantastic even for, tanking bosses and not just AoE. So that's pretty much all the changes to Warrior that I really want to talk about. Pretty much sums up all the impressions of those skills. And I have to say, I absolutely love the current state of this class. While boss fights can feel a little boring without all the crazy AoE healing fun, I'd still rather run Warrior over any other tank in dungeons at the moment. The trash pulls are just too good. Not to mention, the more I get to use Primal Rend, the better. Did I mention how much I love Primal Rend? So anyway, that sums up my first impressions video on the Endwalker Primal Rend class. I mean Warrior. It's a fun class to play right now, and I highly recommend it if you're looking to try a different tank or get into tanking for the first time. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and then head on over to twitch.tv/AzureSeishin, where you can find the majority of my content. I do a lot of Final Fantasy XIV stuff, and some occasional other things. The link to the channel will be below in the description. So thanks again, and I hope to see you in the chat sometime.